This show is made possible by Eni, an Italian energy company at work all over the world. Coming up on this week's episode, more stories from New York City's fancy food show. Hear about the Mediterranean diet, Gragnano Pasta, truffles, and extra virgin olive oil. In honor of Mario Fratti's 90th birthday, our exclusive interview, A Life in Theater. The Italian-American bookshelf at La Casa di i-ItalyTV. This time, Professor Fred Gardaphe reviews Movieola by John Domini.
Come sta andando questa prima edizione del Fancy Food Show?
Beh, è un'esperienza molto bella, c'è tutto il mondo qui, fa piacere vedere che l'Italia è molto ben rappresentata, ma potrebbe essere rappresentata ancora molto di più perché siamo un paese piccolo e per sopravvivere abbiamo la necessità di uscire fuori.
È uno scrittore e giornalista, appunto scrive di cibo. Quanto è importante secondo lei il cibo italiano all'estero, in particolare negli Stati Uniti?
Beh, la cucina italiana è una cucina importante innanzitutto perché ha uno dei principi base su cui si raccomanda un regime salutare, che è quello della dieta mediterranea. E chiaramente è una cultura che ha camminato nelle valigie degli emigranti, che però facendo questo cammino ha avuto la possibilità di fondersi, di conoscere altre culture e quindi di ammodernarsi e alleggerirsi soprattutto.
Che giro e che idea ti sei fatto?
Beh, l'idea che mi sono fatto è che in America si è ancora legati a una visione un po' museale della cucina italiana, una visione che spesso non corrisponde più alla realtà, perché la cucina italiana sta sicuramente evolvendo. Innanzitutto stanno sparendo le trattorie che erano basate sulla famiglia e adesso le trattorie sono gestite o cominciano ad essere gestiti da ragazzi, da cuochi che hanno fatto delle scuole e quindi hanno una tecnica più importante, più precisa, ma al tempo stesso non hanno la memoria del cibo come succedeva nelle vecchie trattorie perché già le loro mamme non hanno cucinato e quindi loro devono andare alla memoria della cucina della nonna. Però è anche vero che è una cucina che sta evolvendo con molta modernità, con la leggerezza e soprattutto giocando su dei grassi che sono grassi molto sani come l'olio d'oliva fondamentalmente.
how much is important to having Gragnano's pasta in the USA market?
It's very important. It's one of the excellence of Italy, like Parmesan cheese, like Parma ham, like Gorgonzola. Those are the products that made great the Italian food, Italian cuisine, and that makes very happy and much easier to work chefs. So the Primo di New York is in that direction to spread the culture of pasta. And obviously when you arrive here, then you know the theory and the creativity that needs to become a market and way to market. So you come to the fancy food show to talk to the operators and then get on the shelves basically. Gragnano pasta is a dream because it's made in one town only in the world of 27,000 people. The water on which the pasta is made with the dough, the semolina, is the water of Gragnano. It's a very light water that doesn't have a lot of minerals like calcium and everything, so you don't have to stress the dough. It goes very naturally and very slowly. The other thing is that minimum protein content on the semolina must be 13%, which means the product is al dente by itself without having any particular unnatural way of making it al dente. Last thing is very important as well is the drying process that undergoes a severe and very strict system of controls that replicates naturally what was the drying of pasta outside in the street of Gragnano.
Did you make a wonderful risotto, of course with truffle and?
It's a white truffle and porcini mushrooms. Is served with some Parmesan cheese, some butter, and is a typical and traditional flavor from Italy.
It's easy to make dishes with truffle.
Are all good. You can use also fresh pasta. It's quite better than use the dry pasta. I mean, okay. With the fresh pasta, is more indicated for to truffle because it's more soft, and you can serve it with butter and fresh truffle, of course, sliced at the moment. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna taste it now, the risotto. Thank you.
You're welcome.
6 generations of Urbani truffle.
Yes, since 1852, my family has been dealing with truffles and mushrooms with a lot of passion, with a lot of love, and we really love what we do, and we have so many products this year for the Fancy Food Show. I'm very proud to present my pizza with truffles. We have 4 different kinds. It is a frozen pizza, but delicious. And we also have gold, truffle gold. That is a powder, golden powder that can be put on risotto, on pasta, on meat, and it is also shining, so it's fashionable. We do mozzarella with truffles, burrata with truffles, a delicious spread cheese with truffles. We have more than 600 products with truffles, so even chocolates. And this year we presented the truffle ice cream. It's an ice cream with vanilla and chocolate and real truffles.
When did you start the business in USA?
We started in 1911 because my grandfather sent his brother here to America. And at the beginning it was very hard because nobody knew what a truffle was. It's a beautiful story. We also created a museum of truffles dedicated to my father that I love very much. He died, but now he's still alive with me in the museum, and thousands of people come every year to visit my space.
Do you think American people are aware about the unique products of the truffle?
I have to tell you that we export in 70 countries in the world, but the level of the American gastronomy is really high. People are very experienced. They know how to handle a truffle. And we are very satisfied by the business in America. People are really, really cultured.
Colavita is a family business, and when did you start, like in USA?
I met Enrico in 1979. He came on his honeymoon, and by some relationship with his cousin, they got to meet me, and that's how we met each other. And we didn't talk business in the beginning, but then eventually he wanted somebody that wanted to sell some olive oil in this country. And I told him I would be interested. And 1 year later, I went to Italy for the first time, and I met Enrico. He took me to his little village, 3.5 hours from Rome, up in Campobasso, a little village called Sant'Elia. 2,500 people. And there was only 2 industries in town. There was the Colavita olive oil, and there was the El Molino that was graining the wheat. And that's how we got started. They were a very small company. They had no business at all. And he also said to me, which label would you like for the bottles? So I said, well, let's use your label. He was happy. I could have used anybody's label, my label. And we shook hands. And as we left the office to go have dinner, it was about 9 o'clock in the evening. He said, John, he says, I would like you to sell more than 1 container of olive oil a year in the United States. I said, well, of course, I want to. Today we sell 5 containers a day. So we've come a long way. But we have a very big market in the United States. We sell almost every supermarket in the country, except for 2, Trader Joe's and Costco. In the meantime, 5 years later, his paisana from Australia, they got started. They saw what I was doing in North America, and they got started in Australia, and the other paisans started in Canada. It was 5 years after I started. But I opened the market for everybody. So I really created an industry. I didn't just create a market. I created an industry because people soon realized that the olive oil of choice was extra virgin olive oil. Only because the best restaurants in the country started using extra virgin olive oil. And thank God it was mine. And people saw the difference in the taste, the flavor, and they were asking, where could I buy this product? And that's how the supermarkets got involved. And that's how the story goes.
How many kind of olive oils do you have in the USA market?
Well, we have a pure olive oil. We have extra virgin olive oil from Italy. We have a blend of olive oil from Mediterranean. We have garlic oil. We have avocado oil. We eventually got involved with the California olive oil because I saw the future, and we're building a plant now in California, in Sacramento. In fact, my son is developing the entire project. It's a very big facility. And the intention is to pack all our olive oils for the West Coast in Sacramento, and including California olive oils.
Mr. Profaci told us a great story for the Italian extra virgin olive oil. What's the news this year in terms of products and olive oil?
This year news about products is we have a new product in the Colavita line. We are launching a full line of tomato. We have a new entrance in the pasta category. We have now the gluten-free pasta. We redesigned the entire line of the pasta, so the whole new packaging. We'll do an extension in the rice part of the business. And beside the product, the really big news in Colavita is a new platform. We are launching a new distribution platform for the non-Colavita items. So we are separating whatever is Colavita from the non-Colavita items, just to make sure that we don't lose focus on our core brand. At the same time, we give the right attention to the new brand and the existing brand we distribute. We have a strong focus on confectionery with Perugina. We have Perugina is investing a lot in advertising, social media and TV for 2018, the end of 2017 and 2018. So we are dedicated sales force for the confectionery business. We are adding Oreliete for the biscuits. And at the same time, we are again preparing a separate logistic platform for everything, and logistic and sales organization for non-Colavita items. So to give attention, the right attention to those brands that deserve to be babysit because they are at the beginning, at the infancy in the distribution in the United States. So a lot of attention, a lot of focus on presentation, explaining why the product makes sense in this market, what are the characteristics that make that the product needed a space on the shelf in the United States. So I think that's the main news on Colavita.
I am in denial, so I don't defeat doesn't destroy me. Accept it, okay? That's it. Something which I should teach the Italians. You know, anyone who comes here will have some defeats, so ignore them. Just only count on the small victories. Dialogue is very easy for me. Like you see painters sometimes, they are incredible, you know. I mean, now with a few strokes they create a masterpiece. For me it's easy dialogue. I chose to be a playwright, and I never stopped. I always write the last 3 pages first. You must know where you're going. I'm specialized about endings. They love me here because I write unpredictable plays. In this building, the Tennessee Williams was living, just exactly in that window. And every morning, you know, we looked at each other. I was writing in that corner, he was writing in that corner. We said hello, and we became friends. So I followed this career. A fantastic poet, a great poet who tragically died. I met Arthur Miller, interviews with Arthur Miller, and I learned from him. For instance, he told me something interesting. He says, Mario, every play is a pregnancy. Very interesting. So you keep inside you an idea for 6 months, 20 months. And when it's ready, it's terribly easy to write it. Katharine Hepburn, we became very good friends, you know. And I had dinner with her here in New York at least once a month. It was pleasant to speak with such a great human being. What did we speak, you know, with Kate Hepburn, you know, the dinners? Obviously, the joy of the theater, the joy of interpreting a new character, the joy of creating a character, the joy of putting into the mouth of an actor or an actress special words, the joy of respecting the psychology of characters, you know. It's always very interesting. She was a very exciting person. I fell in love with the idea of Federico Fellini and the women who loved him, the women who wanted him. And I wrote a play called 6 Passionate Women. I came here to this country and I met a young man who was teaching in Yale music, very young man. So I am young, he is young. And we decided to write a musical about Fellini. 7 years we worked without receiving a penny. They told us many times, you know, they rejected us. They say, you are too young men, they don't know you, okay? They don't know you. You are Italian. I was saying, Italians don't have a great reputation about Pirandello. The actor, Tommy Tune, loved Italian theater. So finally, I give the script to Tommy Tune. Tommy Tune calls me after 24 hours and says, I'll do it, I'll love it. Incredible. Anyhow, we achieved it. We did it, we succeeded. And now it's been done, you know, thousands of times in many countries. Unfortunately, the director of the film, a charming man hugging me, thank you, here is a check, everything, that's it. Venice and my ending disappeared from the film, completely. Instead of going to Venice, he went to Anzio, small little city near Rome. And the ending, no ending like the one I created. I've been a leftist since I was 14. Okay, I helped the partisans during the war. There were interesting episodes, but I never changed my mind. I was a leftist at 14, I'm a leftist today. So I am a Democrat with the working class, with the unions. Every time there is a fight between a tenant and the landlord, I'm with the tenant. With unions and the boss, I am with the unions. I am with the working class. I am with my humble friends, you know. I'm writing about every political happenings, an important political happening. The last one is about Obama. Obama 44. People loved it, and has been chosen to go to Venice in April to the International Festival of Theatre. Abruzzo forte e gentile. It's not a cliché. You know what? I've discovered slowly that yeah, I'm forte and gentile. I'm very kind. I mean, you know, basically I'm a warm, cordial human being. I try to help as much as possible. Forte e gentile for Abruzzi, it's true. I proved to myself that it's true. My loves are life, obviously, you know, theater, optimism. I really believe in the future. The victory of Obama, for instance, made me very, very happy. I never doubted it. You know, I'm sure it would happen. And if you want, I can end with a joke. You want a joke? I went to a party, I seldom go to parties, and there is a Republican who's just furious. And he says, I hate Bush, I hate Bush. I say, oh, finally, you hate him because 2 unnecessary wars. No, 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 I hate him because he gave us Obama.
Movieola by John Domini is a hilarious ride through Hollywood's cackles, let's say. The hair on the back of Hollywood people would rise if they could read this book. It's a series of short stories, and they're incredibly funny. John Domini is the author of a couple of short story collections and 2 novels that take place in Naples. And this is something completely different from him that we've seen before. A little bit more experimental and a heck of a lot more fun. The first story is called Making the Trailer, and he goes into the voice of a producer saying, this is how we're going to make a trailer. Other stories have to do with different types of Hollywood movies. You'll have the zombie movie, you'll have the suspense movie, you'll have the crazy action film with assassins and so on. And what we get throughout this is, number one, an incredible use of language. You can almost taste the language, and you can hear it coming out of the voice of whoever the narrator of a particular story is. He deals with all the cliche Hollywood, and Hollywood movies. And what he does is he helps us to take a look above the movies that we see. He gives us these different perspectives that really make for an interesting story, but also an incredible criticism of the Hollywood movie scene. Is there anything particularly Italian-American about this? I would say not obviously, but certainly under the surface, there's a lot of Italian-American, first of all, in his use of irony. If Pirandello were writing about Hollywood, I imagine he would channel John Domini in order to be able to do this. If you've ever seen a movie, you'll never see it the same again after you've read Movieola.